It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Wright. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak. It's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll run on first down with Wright. To the 43, second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They'll work the middle here with Wright. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Herbert now. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. From the 43, here's second down and 8. A give up the middle to Wright. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's right. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On the handoff, it's right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the give, this is right. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score, Chargers 7, Chiefs 0.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jalen Hyatt was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Finds Johnston. Finding space at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Herbert. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Wright. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second and 9. Herbert changing things up. And they'll go right back to right. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll try and run for this with Wright. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On the ground, it's Wright. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Complete to his target, Jalen Hyatt. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Mahomes going to throw. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now Mahomes. That is caught by Laporta. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
First carry of the game for Hassan Haskins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Trey Benson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. The CD, you know, he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield. They're eligible too.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as...
That went out wide and intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Pass the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They run over center with Benson. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 9, 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. Touchdown! Trey Benson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. They'll run with Wright. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Now it's Herbert. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there, so now looking to claim the season series at home in KC. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll get this complete to Worthy. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got it. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Sam Laporta, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching it point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now a 2nd and 6. The middle they go. It's right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting roughed backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Escaping the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here, Herbert. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. Now a handoff up the middle. It's right, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Trey Benson with his third touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Chiefs take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Here's Herbert. Wright's got it. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Herbert. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking to throw. Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Herbert. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete to right. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll run out of the gun with Wright. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point try now from Dicker. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4. Mahomes now to throw. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 68 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 important parts to that play. 1, you get a first down, obviously. Charles, 2, managed to get out of bounds.
Love the way you dissected that, but he threw it in the middle of the field. So they picked up the first down, but he had to work his way to the sideline to stop the clock. What a great effort.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Delivers another one to Pierce. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and a couple. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards. And the Chargers are back within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A give up the middle with Benson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right on the field. and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
A give. Here comes Benson.
And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
Hyatt able to make the catch downfield.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Haskins.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position. And obviously, a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot? No lost yardage plays. Let's kick a field goal and go up 2 scores. If we score a touchdown, great. But that's not what you're really playing for.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. On the give, it's Benson.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Trey Benson
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Chiefs have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This is 1st and 10. Now Herbert. Connecting with Johnson.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time is going to run off the clock.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Herbert to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Herbert. He's got Johnson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Herbert. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Herbert going to throw. Herbert has it knocked free. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league. And they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Chiefs, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tripping off grades, I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day, I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this. I got Jesus giving money, what you want? I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry, so I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye, cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, God, I gave him a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay tripping cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. Took these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating mama. Boy, thump, like my name is Jumper up a pump, boy,